As Republicans in Washington are still trying to figure out exactly how they're going to repeal Obamacare, there is a number that every single Republican and Democrat in Washington need to understand. That number is 36,000. 36,000 is the number, according to the Urban Institute, a new analysis from that group. 36,000 is the number of people who could potentially die every single year if the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is repealed. The reason for that is because under the Affordable Care Act, one of the only really great provisions in the bill was that people could not be denied health insurance for having pre-existing conditions. You know, if you'd ever had a skin cancer or any kind of very serious cancer at all. In the past, before the Affordable Care Act, it was almost impossible for you to get coverage because that was a pre-existing condition. You have asthma, pre-existing condition, you're done. Diabetes, done. The Affordable Care Act changed all that. People who were formerly unable to get health insurance had to get health insurance. The companies could not deny them. But now, if Obamacare is repealed, that protection goes away. And those people will immediately get letters from their health insurer letting them know that they no longer have health insurance effective immediately. They're not going to be able to get their heart medications. They're not going to be able to get their cancer treatments. They're not going to be able to get their diabetes medications, their insulin, their testing kits. They're not going to be able to afford their asthma inhalers or go to the doctor for checkups to get prednisone to make their lungs a little bit stronger. You can't get that anymore. That's what the Republicans are trying to tell us with this repeal idea of Obamacare. And so as many as 36,000 people every single year will die. The Republicans aren't just talking about policy anymore. They're literally talking about life and death. And they're going on the side of death by wanting to repeal this law. Now, I know I have criticized this law endlessly because it has a lot of flaws, a lot more flaws than benefits. But one thing I have always said is that pre-existing condition part of that bill is one of the greatest things ever. Because yes, it does save people's lives. There are people that are alive today that would not be alive had this legislation not passed. A lot more people would be alive today if the Obamacare bill had included something about, drug price negotiation. But there's nothing we can do about that. But Republicans have no idea how they're going to repeal this or how they're going to replace it. But one thing I can promise you, if they repeal Obamacare and replace it with anything, it will not include a waiver for pre-existing conditions. Republicans didn't want to include it in Obamacare, and they will not include it in any legislation that they pass from this point forward.